Hello and welcome back to Moto Joshing. I just thought I'd come out and give you a tour of the city this evening. It's definitely a mixed bag on weather, so we'll see if we don't get a bit of rain. I wouldn't be surprised, there seems to be showers all over the place. But so yeah, it's just something a bit different. So hopefully go for a bit of a tour of Aberdeen. I'll try and obviously tell you a bit about the place as much as I know off the top of my head. I'll try not to make too much stuff up if I don't know, and we'll just show you about. I'll try and speed up obviously some of the more boring sections, or when I just think it's whatever. Sorry if this video goes quite a bit long. I think it's just going to be down to the mercy of traffic. It's 7 PM on a Friday evening, so it shouldn't be hopefully too bad. So Aberdeen is a city split by a number of rivers basically, so it's a bit tricky to navigate it sometimes, especially in kind of rush hour traffic and things. It looks like they've just done this road, so we'll take it a bit easy. Seems as they've done the classic surface dressing, the worst type of road fixing known to humankind, so it's a little bit skiddy here, so we'll just take it easy. So Aberdeen itself, it's a city around about 250,000 at last kind of numbers being taken. I'm sure that's probably a little bit fewer now with the downturn in oil and gas that we've been experiencing up here, but it's kicking around that kind of 200,000 mark. It's the third biggest city in Scotland, but it holds its own pretty well due to the oil and gas industry that is based here. It's often known as the Granite City and also the energy capital of Europe. I'll kind of show you a little bit more about why, and try and show you a couple of different parts of Aberdeen on my tour this evening. So I've come out this way just so I can show you the actual, some of the industrial areas of Aberdeen, but also because it curves around to the beach harbour stuff, so it's quite pretty. So these are generally quite big oil services company. That one I actually used to work for before, well, just over a year ago, I guess. But I was actually based in this building here. But yeah, so there's a lot of industrial estates on the kind of outskirts of the city, on the kind of, you know, most southern edge and northern edge. The other one being, you know, with the airport and things on the north side of town. So in general, you have to cross bridges to get into Aberdeen. So we went past two of the bridges down the bottom there. One I actually took a photo off earlier, which kind of shows the kind of little river walks around the side of these places, which is quite pretty, to say the least. And so I'll show you that picture now. So you can see up there these wind turbines as well. It's not just oil and gas here in Aberdeen. They're actually one of the leaders in Europe on renewable energy. So that one there might be a prototype. It could just be something they built before. It could just be powering you know, what they've got there to try and keep their energy costs down. But that kind of stuff is easy to get hold of here because obviously you know, they manufacture them and design them here, so it's kind of an easy win for a lot of these industries. The city itself is quite a big university city and college city for that matter. There are 2 universities here and quite a large college which actually expands the Highlands and Islands as well. It's all part of the same group of colleges, so you get a lot of people from north of Aberdeen coming down to Aberdeen to study and kind of do the kind of educational training. I think student count, I know the college can have anything up to 50,000 students, and both universities are quite large as well, probably about 13,000. But I just kind of wanted to show you that you can go from industrial to countryside in Aberdeen pretty quickly, with cracking views of the coast here, and yeah, it's quite a beautiful city. Don't get me wrong, a lot of the buildings are grey and ugly, but everything else is pretty beautiful, to be honest, from the countryside to the kind of sea and everything in between. Let's just tackle this dodgy bridge. So there's quite a nice little vista coming over this hill now, and see a little bit more of Aberdeen. You can see the weather's a bit of a mixed bag, from almost seemingly dry to nothing at all. So cracking Lighthouse over there, we'll head round that way in a second, so you'll see more of that in a moment. And we'll head round to the golf course there. So this part of town is actually Torry. We'll drive through that in a mo as well, so I'll tell you a bit more about that shortly. And then we shall continue on. So, due to being quite a big industrial city, you will see a lot of HGVs all the time, and they're the bane of my commute. But you know, needs must for these types of things. And there's currently a huge pile of investment going into finally putting some bypasses in and some better road infrastructure within the city. Which I certainly will be looking forward to, because it should hopefully make my life a whole lot easier. But it's definitely quiet tonight. Dodgy stones there. So we'll just enjoy some of the quiet. This is quite a small coastal path, so you tend to get quite a lot of cyclists and people coming around here. There's also a dolphin watch area up here, and a lot of people just like coming up here, to be honest, to park. It's quite a cracking place, and what's not like? This lighthouse kind of reminds me of the one from Need for Speed, from the original game, but movie too. It's that kind of a old school lighthouse. Take it slow, because you never know what's coming around these corners. So you can see here more views onto the other parts of Aberdeen. You can see it's almost glorious sunshine over there as well, and it's quite funny how the weather can change so rapidly here. So earlier on it went from glorious sunshine to raining to glorious sunshine again, hence why I thought it was a good idea to come out and give you the tour. And then of course, you know, you end up getting soaked waiting for the showers to go to proceed. Not sure what those guys are doing over there. Might be cooking some grub, to be honest. Nothing's particularly surprising. So yeah, we're just going around here now. This is Torry Battery. Obviously a World War II battery to protect the harbour. I think it's World War II, could be World War One. I shall not lie, it's definitely war related. And you might have seen I've taken a couple of pics of my bike from the kind of car park here as you kind of come over and look more of Aberdeen. So you see the whole coast there, and then into the actual harbour itself. It's one of the busiest harbours in the UK, still very active. But I'll also let you see a photo that I took earlier on, without my bike and just of the view, so you can see that now. Just as I was saying, we have a big boat leaving. It's from my first vlog that was actually taken in Fitty, which is just across the way there. You can see the cars parked just near the harbour tower. It's a tiny wee little village, just very quaint and cute, and a good place to take photos and you know, kind of speak. Generally it's fairly quiet, so people don't look at you when you're quite strange in obviously talking to yourself doing this motor vlogging stuff. So getting a couple of spits, so I'm not sure if we've got rain afoot, but here's a nice chap letting me through. But yeah, you often get people walking up this way, and people on the allotments here. Road closed, so we're going to head through into Torry. So this being my fifth vlog, I just wanted to say thanks for all the views and encouragement I've had so far, certainly through the motovlogging community on Twitter and Instagram, and it's amazing to see that I've already got quite a few subs already. I didn't really have any high expectations, but it's very well appreciated. And if you haven't subbed already, please you know, feel free to do that, and like, and appreciate comments as well, even if it's I didn't like this video, or you know, negative feedback, didn't like the editing style, camera positions, anything like that, things to try, things you want me to do, by all means hit me up. I'm happy to take that on board. Definitely not the best at editing, and still getting my head around the Adobe suite, so it's a massive learning curve, but hopefully it'll get better in time. But yeah, you know, I'm not expecting everyone to love everything I do, and certainly by all means give me the constructive criticism.